Have you ever wondered what the world looks like through your cat's eyes? The way they suddenly stare into an empty corner, react to movements you cannot see, or pause in front of a window as if mesmerized by something invisible. These little moments are not random. They are clues that your cat's vision is very different from yours. What feels ordinary to us can be extraordinary to them, and understanding these differences can help you see your feline in a whole new light. Today, we are going to explore 10 surprising ways your cat sees the world differently than you. Some of these will make you smile, and others might change the way you interact with your pet forever. Let's go through them one by one. The first way your cat sees the world differently from you is that they perceive fast movements as if they were happening in slow motion. What looks like a quick blur to your eyes becomes clear and detailed for them. Imagine waving your hand quickly in front of your cat. While you only see a rush of movement, your cat sees every step of it with precision. This ability is what allows them to stalk a toy, leap at exactly the right moment, or catch even the fastest insect that dares to cross their path. It is not just play for them, it is their natural vision sharpening skills designed for hunting. To us, it may feel like a simple game, but for your cat, every flick and twitch unfolds in perfect clarity, giving them a sense of control over their little world. The second way your cat sees the world differently is through color. While you and I can enjoy the full range of a rainbow, your cat's eyes process colors in a more limited way. They do not see reds and pinks as we do. Instead, those shades often appear as muted browns or grays. But that does not mean their world is dull. Cats are more sensitive to shades of blue and green, so a simple toy or even the grass outside can stand out vividly to them. Imagine walking into a garden where certain colors glow with intensity while others fade into the background. That is how your cat experiences daily life. Understanding this explains why your pet might ignore a bright red toy, yet become instantly fascinated by a plain blue string. For them, the world is filtered in a palette designed for hunting and survival, not for admiring sunsets. The third way your cat sees the world differently is through their incredible ability to detect movement. While our eyes can easily follow big motions, we often miss the tiny shifts and flickers that cats notice instantly. A single twitch of a curtain, the quick dash of an insect across the floor, or even the faint reflection of light on a wall can catch their attention in an instant. This is why your cat may suddenly stare at what looks like nothing to you. For them, something moved, and that tiny detail was impossible to ignore. Their eyes are finely tuned to pick up these small changes because, in the wild, spotting the subtle flick of prey could mean the difference between eating or going hungry. At home, this ability transforms into moments where your cat seems mesmerized by shadows or invisible specks, reminding us that their vision is wired for survival, even in the safety of our living room. The fourth way your cat sees the world differently is in the dark. While our eyes struggle when the lights go out, your cat's vision actually comes alive. Their eyes are packed with special cells that allow them to capture even the faintest glow, turning a dim room into a clear playground. This is why your cat can dash across the house at midnight or leap gracefully onto furniture without ever missing a step. For us, stumbling in the dark is frustrating. For them, it is their moment of perfect clarity. The fifth way your cat sees differently from you is through their wider field of vision. While we see the world in front of us, cats see more to the sides, almost like having built-in panoramic lenses. This is because their eyes are positioned slightly more to the side of their heads, giving them a field of view of nearly 200 degrees compared to our 180. For a hunter, this is priceless, as it allows them to notice sudden movements or threats without turning their heads. At home, this explains why your cat may suddenly react to something behind you or appear alert even when looking straight ahead. It is almost as if they are watching more than one scene at the same time. For us, it is impossible to imagine seeing so much without moving our eyes. But for cats, this wide vision is just another tool for survival and play. The sixth way your cat sees the world differently is through their extraordinary peripheral vision. While humans rely mainly on what is directly in front of them, cats are experts at detecting what happens on the edges of their sight. This makes them highly aware of their surroundings, even when they seem relaxed or half asleep. A small flicker at the corner of the room, or the faintest shadow passing by, is enough to catch their attention instantly. Imagine sitting on the couch with your cat beside you. While you are focused on the television, your cat may suddenly turn its head toward a tiny movement you never noticed. For them, the world is not just what is in front, but also what is happening all around. This is part of the reason why cats often seem one step ahead of us, reacting before we even know there is something to react to. The seventh way your cat sees differently from you is in how they judge distance. Cats do not rely on sharp depth perception the way humans do, because their eyes are set more to the sides of the head. This means they are not as precise when focusing on objects that are very close, but they are excellent at gauging mid-range distances. That is why your cat might misjudge a jump to a nearby table, but land perfectly when leaping across the room. Their vision is designed more for hunting prey a few feet away than for examining objects right under their nose. This is also why cats often sniff or tap with their whiskers when investigating something close. Their eyes alone are not enough. For us, this difference may feel like a weakness, but for them, it is the perfect balance for survival in the wild and for all those daring leaps we see at home. The eighth way your cat sees the world differently from you is in their sensitivity to light changes. Cats are far more reactive to shifts between brightness and darkness, which is why they often stare at walls, windows, or even the ceiling as if something invisible just moved. For them, the slightest flicker of light or the passing of a shadow is enough to grab their full attention. Imagine a tiny reflection bouncing off a glass, or the brief shimmer from a phone screen. While you may barely notice it, your cat sees it as a moving target worth tracking. This heightened sensitivity is part of what makes them so playful, chasing beams of light or following laser pointers with such determination. To us, it seems like a simple game, but to them, every shift of light is an invitation to hunt. The ninth way your cat sees the world differently from you is their ability to detect ultraviolet light. While the human eye is blind to this part of the spectrum, cats can actually perceive it, revealing patterns and details invisible to us. Imagine the glowing trails of urine markings, the hidden designs on flowers, or the subtle reflections from certain materials. These are things your cat can notice while you remain completely unaware. This special perception may explain why your cat sometimes becomes fascinated by spots or surfaces that look perfectly ordinary to you. For them, the world carries an extra layer of brightness and mystery, almost like seeing invisible ink come to life. It is a hidden superpower that turns their everyday environment into a much richer and more stimulating place than we can ever imagine. The 10th way your cat sees differently from you is through a special structure in their eyes, called the tapetum lucidum. This reflective layer sits behind the retina and acts almost like a mirror, bouncing light back through their eyes to enhance vision in low light. For us, this is why a cat's eyes glow eerily in the dark when caught by a flashlight or car headlights. But for them, it is not just a spooky effect. It is a survival advantage that makes their night vision even sharper. Imagine living in a world where the dimmest light is multiplied, turning darkness into a place of clarity and opportunity. That is how your cat moves so confidently at night, exploring as if the shadows were their natural habitat. What looks mysterious and magical to us is simply part of how they are built to thrive. So far, we have uncovered 10 fascinating ways your cat sees the world in a completely different light. From their night vision and panoramic sight to their ability to sense ultraviolet patterns and track the smallest flicker of movement, your cat's eyes are designed for a reality we can only imagine. When you notice them staring at a blank wall, following invisible shadows, or leaping with perfect timing, it is not strange behavior at all. It is simply the way they experience life. As a cat owner, Paying attention to these little details shows just how much you care, because every glance and every stare is another window into their mysterious world. Now that you know how differently your cat sees the world, think about this. Have you ever noticed your cat reacting to something invisible to you, like a shadow, a spot of light, or even a corner of the room? Those moments are not random. They are your cat's unique vision at work. Share your story in the comments, because every cat owner has witnessed at least one of these mysterious behaviors. And if you are curious to uncover another strange secret about cats, do not stop here. Click on the next video waiting for you on the screen, and I will see you there.